Billions of people from around the world travel to the world of online gaming, competing to dominate the world. Zhou Han awakened his only SSS talent, transferred to a highly skilled sword soul, and returned to the sect with 10,000 swords at the beginning. There is nothing that cannot be solved with one sword. If there is one, then come back with another sword. With several awakenings, Zhou Han unknowingly became the great emperor, lying drunk on the knees of a beautiful woman, awakening to control the world. Dictatorship will last forever, and I am the only one who respects. Keywords of the novel. Online game. Awakening at the beginning, only SSS talent without pop-ups, online game. Awakening at the beginning, only SSS talent TXT complete collection download, online game. Awakening at the beginning, only SSS talent latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. SSS level talent, unlimited enhancement. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1 SSS level talent, unlimited enhancement push book equals apocalypse. I can infinitely replicate talents, detected that you have unique bones and extraordinary talents. Congratulations, you have been selected as a player in the Divine and Demon Continent. Note. The Divine and Demon Continent is a real world with 100 million players. Now it's time to teleport. Zhou Han, who was in class, suddenly heard inexplicable electronic prompts in his mind. Before he could react, a white light enveloped him. Disappearing in the classroom, leaving the nearby classmates feeling confused. Zhou Han slowly opened his eyes and found himself appearing in a quaint city. The well-equipped soldiers on the street are patrolling, their bodies filled with evil energy, clearly baptized by the flames of war. The constant roar of ferocious beasts outside the city indicates that this world is bound to be very dangerous. Chow, this is too unfortunate. Zhou Han was speechless as he, who was still studying, had not been beaten by society. I was forced to come to a more dangerous realm, it's really Yali Mountain. Regional announcement. Your current location is in Area 666. Sunway City, with 100,000 players. All players have completed the teleportation, and the auxiliary system is officially activated. This system will accompany you to battle the Divine Demon Continent. Friendly reminder. You can send instructions to the auxiliary system using your thoughts or voice. Accompanied by prompts, a virtual panel appeared in Zhou Han's mind. There are many sections above, such as chat area, trading area, personal information, and so on. Open the chat area. Zhou Han gave it a try and silently recited in his heart. Quickly, the screen spun around, a virtual dialogue panel appeared in front of me. The panel is similar to holographic multi-dimensional semi-transparent projection. This auxiliary system is indeed very intelligent, it's really convenient to use thoughts to issue instructions. Zhou Han entered the chat area and checked the situation. Currently, he is still a bit confused. Let's see if he can get some useful information. Everyone is chatting enthusiastically, displaying over 999 unread messages. What kind of place? I have to go back. Billions of assets are still waiting for me to inherit. Mom, it's so scary. I just saw a wolf outside the city that can spew fire, the size of an elephant. Don't scare me, are you so terrifying? I don't want to die. Mom, I'm going home. I'm 40 years old and I don't have a girlfriend yet. Why go back? Do you want to continue being a 996 social animal? I just had a conversation with an indigenous person in the city. I heard that in the land of gods and demons, as long as you have a strong chance, you can even become a deity. Wang Ho Jiang Xiang Ning has seed, and the day of becoming a deity is in today's dynasty. My name is Yi Chen. I used to work as a security guard in a Fortune 500 company. Now that the opportunity is in front of me, why not seize it? Maybe I can change my life against the odds. Brother Chen is domineering, I'll keep an eye on you. Zhou Han looked for a while and learned some information. This world is the one that uses online games, but it is not a virtual world. There are many players selected, and they have various identities: rich second. Generation, 996 social animal, security guard, elderly leftover man, and so on. But regardless of their previous identity, entering this foreign world, everyone is equal, and everyone's starting point is the same. Regional announcement. After 10 minutes, each player will be randomly selected for talent. Talent levels are divided into F, E, D, C, B, A, S and above. Talent can help players improve their strength, fight against strong enemies, and reach the pinnacle. After hearing this announcement, the chat area exploded again. The level of talent does not necessarily represent the ultimate achievement. But it determines the speed of early development. Having high-level talents can definitely quickly stand out and seize the opportunity. Ciao, can we still unleash our talents? It's so exciting. As a result, everyone will become unequal and the gap will widen. I don't know what talent I can awaken, so nervous. Do you have a quick-acting heart-saving pill? Give me one. Emperor O, please bless me. My requirements are very low, A-level talent is enough. Nima, your requirements are still low. I don't know the probability of awakening. Not to mention, 10 minutes have passed, and the moment that determines fate has arrived. Regional announcement. Players, the talent has been randomly drawn and the character attribute panel has been activated. Please check it yourself. The city is a safe zone, and you will have a 3-day beginner protection period. You can stay in the city for free. To avoid players being too salty, after 3 days, they must pay a stay fee of 1 gold coin per night, otherwise they will be expelled. Finally, I would like to remind you again that this is a real world. Before reaching level 100, there is only one life, so please don't be indecent and develop into trouble. Good luck to you all. After listening, Zhou Han suddenly felt a sense of urgency, with only 3 days left. There is military protection within the city, which is very safe, but the outside of the city is full of various crises. Especially at night, there are more powerful races appearing. After 3 days, if you can't pay the gold coins, you will be kicked out of the city, and the outcome can be imagined. The world is so cruel. By the way, talent. I don't know what kind of talent I can awaken. Zhou Han had some expectations in his heart. He clicked on personal information, and started checking it. Player, Zhou Han, level. Level 1, 0%, occupation. Currently unavailable, can be transferred at level 10, life. 100, attack. 10, defense. 0, talent. Infinite enhancement, SSS level, unique in the entire universe. The initial level is all level 1, with an initial attack power of 10 points. If you are a professional, you need to reach level 10 before you can transfer. Currently, Zhou Han is still wearing school uniforms, so his defense is 0. Next is talent. What? SSS level. Zhou Han's eyes narrowed. He saw his own talent. Surprisingly, it is an SSS level infinite enhancement, and it is the only one in the entire universe. I was completely shocked and immediately felt a burst of ecstasy in my heart. I can also become the European Emperor once. After calming down his excitement slightly, Zhou Han clicked on the details to check. Infinite enhancement. It can consume a certain amount of enhancement points to strengthen everything except oneself. After strengthening, special effects will be randomly generated, and the more times you strengthen, the more incredible the effect will be. This statement is very vague, and the specific effect is not clear. It seems that we still need to explore slowly later on. By the way, how many enhancement points do I have now? How can I obtain the enhancement points? Zhou Han asked silently in his heart. System prompt. Your current enhancement point is 0, but since you have just activated a talent, the system will include a free enhancement opportunity. By upgrading, killing monsters, and receiving task rewards, you can obtain different numbers of enhancement points. The obtained enhancement points will accumulate on the virtual panel, which you can check at any time. The intelligent auxiliary system directly answered Zhou Han's question. Zhou Han nodded. As long as there was a way to obtain enhancement points, it would be easy to handle. I don't know what level other players' talents are of. Zhou Han is a bit curious. After all, these players are all in the 666 zone, and they will all be their potential opponents in the future. It is important to know oneself and the enemy, and to be invincible in 100 battles. It is important to understand the situation of the other party. Zhou Han's gaze turned to the chat area again. Hahaha, take off from woohoo. I have awakened my D.level talent's defense boost, so who else is there? You look so cute, envy the big shot. I'm actually an F.level talent, it's so miserable. Even D.level talents dare to be reckless. Me, Yi Chen, B.level talents burn blood, and I am the son of fate. Chen, you're amazing. I'm only an E.level talent, my face is really too dark, woo-woo. Sister, please hold your thighs. I am also an E.level talent. This is my private photo. Don't be afraid, sister. Brother will protect you. Oh, I'm going. I can't take it anymore. The taste upstairs is so strong, isn't this His Highness Xiao Biluo? Ugh. I slipped away. Why are you so awesome? I have awakened the weakest chicken's F.level talent. F level +1. F level +2. F level +10001. Quickly, the chat area was flooded with the words, F level, indicating that there were the most people in this category. Most of them are F.level talents, followed by E.level talents. Talents above level D are already rare. I have never heard of anything above S level, let alone SSS level. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Enhanced Iron Sword, Poisoning Effect. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chapter 2. Enhanced Iron Sword, Poisoning Effect. After closing the chat area, Zhou Han is preparing to see how his talent works. But now I am empty and have nothing to enhance. Just a set of school uniforms. He cannot waste the opportunity for reinforcement on ordinary clothing. System prompt. As a beginner, please collect your new weapon from the blacksmith shop in Sanglei City. Having an auxiliary system is good. Zhou Han sighed. Otherwise, relying on one's own exploration would be very time-consuming. System, where is the blacksmith shop? Do you have a map? The unethical map is currently loading. Loading completed, successfully located the blacksmith shop, and the optimal route has been planned. Please check. Zhou Han took a look and saw that the entire location of Sanglei City was presented on the map. Following the planned route, Zhou Han took a few minutes to walk over and arrived at the blacksmith shop in the north of the city. At the entrance of the blacksmith's shop, a strong man, shirtless, was forging iron. He was a native of this world. Are you here to collect weapons? Take out your credentials. It seemed that he noticed Zhou Han walking over, and the strong man stopped, wiping his sweat while saying. Zhou Han quickly took out the novice certificate from the package, which is a time-traveling experience that every player has. You can use this rusty iron sword first. The blacksmith took the certificate, handed over the weapon, and looked business-oriented. Don't you have a better weapon? Zhou Han was speechless. Does this thing really have killing power? Young man, your body is too weak to handle other weapons. Oh, by the way, there is also a skill book here that will be helpful for your wilderness exploration. System prompt. You have obtained a rusty iron sword. You have obtained a skill book, have you learned it? Learning. Zhou Han nodded, which should also be a benefit for beginners. Congratulations, you have successfully learned the skill, appraisal technique, grade. Regular, description. The most basic identification skill, able to identify the attributes of a small number of objects. Effect. Explore the target's attribute values, quality, level, equipment, etc., and make corresponding analyses. Cannot be used on players. After reading it, Zhou Han roughly understood. Immediately, the iron sword in the opponent activated the appraisal skill. System prompt. You have activated the appraisal technique and attribute data has been generated. Please check. Soon, some data about the iron sword appeared on the panel in Zhou Han's mind. Rusty iron sword, grade. Regular, attribute. Attack +5, description. A plain and unremarkable iron sword with a lot of rust on it, not much to introduce. Through the system introduction, Zhou Han learned about the classification of weapons and equipment in this world. It is divided into ordinary level, bronze level, silver level, gold level, platinum level, diamond level, star level, king level, and so on. So this rusty iron sword is considered the most trash quality. Coincidentally, the system has included a free enhancement opportunity. Just strengthen the iron sword. Zhou Han muttered to himself. At present, the only ones that can be strengthened are rusty iron sword and identification technique. So, after considering it, Zhou Han decided to choose to strengthen the iron sword. After all, it is a weapon, and after strengthening, it should be able to enhance its attack power, which is also what Zhou Han currently needs. I don't know what kind of effect the iron sword will bring after strengthening. Zhou Han had some expectations in his heart. He found an empty corner and muttered to himself, strengthen the iron sword. Used up a free enhancement opportunity. System prompt. You have used your talent Infinite Enhancement, and Rusty Iron Sword has been successfully enhanced once. The new attributes have been updated, please check. Upon hearing the prompt, Zhou Han quickly clicked on the attribute data and looked at it. Rusty Iron Sword +1, grade. Regular, category. Long Sword Weapons, attribute. Attack +30, special effect. Attack the target with a 50% chance of contracting tetanus. In tetanus mode, the target loses 100 health points per second for 10 seconds. Description. Although seemingly ordinary, it is somewhat unique. The level has not changed, it is still at the normal level, but the attack power has increased by 25 points, reaching 30 points. I'll go. It's amazing. Surprisingly, there was one more special effect. Zhou Han's eyebrows were overjoyed. He never expected that after strengthening, there would be such an awesome effect, which surprised people. This tetanus effect is very suitable for a rusty iron sword. Moreover, the effect is very awesome, lose 100 health points per second, that means as long as the target's health is less than 1000, he can kill anyone. Looking at the simple and unadorned iron sword in his hand, Zhou Han expressed satisfaction. It truly deserves to be an SSS level talent, even a bronze weapon at a higher level cannot achieve such good effects. Don't ask how to know the attributes of bronze weapons, because there is a picture book that you can see. Strengthening once has this effect, what if strengthening twice? Zhou Han looked forward to it, but there are no strengthening points now. The most direct way to obtain enhancement points is to brush monsters. It seems like I'm going out of the city to brush some wild monsters. However, Zhou Han did not rashly go out, and the wild monsters were all outside the city. But what is happening outside the city now is unclear to Zhou Han. Indeed, after strengthening the rusty iron sword, the output effect is very awesome. However, Zhou Han's life is only 100 points, and if many wild monsters surround him, he can't handle it either. Let's first see what other players' situations are like. Zhou Han entered the chat area. I hope to obtain some useful information from them. As soon as I entered, I found hundreds of death alerts. He clicked on it and looked at it. Player Yi Chen was killed by a level 1 burworm. Player Yi Fan was killed by a level 1 black dog. Player Long Outyan was killed by level 1 water arrow frog. What's the situation? At the beginning, so many people died. Zhou Han was deeply impressed by Yi Chen. Because he has been using harsh language on the public screen, very domineering. Moreover, he awakened a B.level talent that burns chi and blood. Zhou Han has already regarded him as a potential competitor, so he is very concerned about him. I didn't expect to be given a second by a level 1 wild monster as soon as I left the city. It seems that this world is much more dangerous than I imagined. In the chat area, people are even more anxious. The powerful power of wild monsters exceeded their imagination. Terrifying as it is, even B.level talents have been instantly killed by wild monsters. I really dare not leave the city. If you don't let anyone live anymore and don't go out of the city to earn coins, there will still be a dead end in 3 days. Woo, why did you bring me to this haunted place? Now think about how fragrant the 996 social animal is, but unfortunately it's gone forever. Don't be so pessimistic. Although individual strength cannot defeat wild monsters, we can team up and fight together. Lao Tai upstairs is right. I, Chen Beixian, have a talent of level B, and now recruit teammates with talent of level C or above to form elite combat power. Boss, I have a D.level talent, please take it. Leave me a spot. Soon, the chat area became hot again. Everyone is looking for teammates and hugging their thighs. After all, this is related to their own safety and safety. It is not a child's play, naturally it is extremely cautious. Is this a wild monster's attribute image? Only 300 to 500 health points. Quickly, a player posted some attribute maps of level 1 wild monsters in the chat area. After Zhou Han clicked on them, he immediately felt relieved. In this case, Zhou Han is completely fearless with the strengthened rusty iron sword in his hand. System, which map should I enter? Zhou Han quickly asked. System prompt. Given your current strength, only the map of Misty Forest is available for selection. We have planned your route. Soon, Zhou Han arrived at the entrance of the Misty Forest. This place is even hotter and more noisy. Take Lao Tai, a talent of level E, 3 is equal to 1. Only teammates with D.level talent strength enhancement are accepted to form a strength team. Do you have teammates with awakening speed talent? We specialize in guerrilla tactics. Do you have a big shot taking pictures? I am a wealthy second generation, and my family has money. If you take me, you can give me 1 million yuan at a time. Many people laughed when they heard this. I'm afraid he's not a fool. I really want you to have a hammer for 1 million. This is the land of gods and demons, you still consider it a blue star. You're so silly. What a loss of intelligence. The brainless wealthy second generation probably won't survive for a day. At this point, the entrance was already overcrowded and very lively. There is a familiar feeling of brushing dungeons in online games, as everyone is recruiting suitable teammates. Little brother. Do you want to form a team? Come to our team. Suddenly, a gentle and intellectual voice came from behind Zhou Han, very pleasant to the ear. Zhou Han turned around and was amazed. Wearing OL professional attire and black stockings, it is estimated that it was teleported over during work. Tall and curvy, with a slender waist and a plump grip, her stunning appearance is breathtaking, much like the female CEO in urban novels. Sorry. I don't need to team up. Zhou Han decisively refused. It's not that he doesn't like beautiful women, but he also wants to conquer the beautiful women in front of him. However, this alien realm is full of unknown dangers. Now considering how to survive and become stronger is the most important thing. As for the rest, think about it later. Teaming up will earn experience points from teammates, and Zhou Han would definitely not choose to do so. What? Refuse me? Han Qinshua looked at Zhou Han's departure with a hint of displeasure and coquettishness. If it weren't for Zhou Han's handsome appearance, she wouldn't have taken the initiative to invite her to form a team. Hee hee. Sister, it seems that your charm has declined. Han Xiangning joked, alright, it's not time to discuss these things now. Hurry up and form a team, earn gold coins as soon as possible, that's the top priority, Han Qinxue said unhappily. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. School Flower's sisters meet fierce beasts for the first time. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. School Flower's sisters meet fierce beasts for the first time. Zhou Han didn't delay any time and walked into the entrance of the misty forest. The entrance is a light gate, with inexplicable energy flowing through it. As soon as I entered, I saw a flash of light and Zhou Han's figure disappeared instantly in place. A brief tearing sensation came from my body, and I quickly heard the prompt. System prompt. The current boundary is Misty Forest, which is a combat area. Players can attack each other, please pay attention to your own safety. Upon hearing the system prompt, Zhou Han's eyes froze. The meaning is very obvious, in this area, players can fight against each other, which is even more cruel. Misty Forest, as the name suggests, is a thin layer of white mist floating in the air. The visibility is very low, and one can vaguely hear the low roar of fierce beasts coming and going. Despite having a reinforced rusty iron sword in his hand, Zhou Han did not lose his pride. If he were to be surrounded by wild monsters, he would not be easy either. So, to be cautious, Zhou Han's current strategy is to find the lone wild monster to kill. This is the safest way. The early stage of development is the most difficult. As long as you get through it, it will be much easier later. After making the decision, Zhou Han cautiously explored the forest. After walking about 300 to 400 meters, I was lucky and finally met a solitary wild monster. It looks like a chicken in appearance, but its size is several times larger than that of an ordinary chicken, and it has a slightly blue-green-gray shell all over its body. Its defense looks very strong. Oh. Use appraisal techniques. Zhou Han muttered to himself. Soon, the attributes of this wild monster appeared on the virtual panel. Iron Rock Chicken, Grade. Regular, Level. Level 1, Life. 300, Attack. 23, Defense. 10, Skill. Iron Rock Shield, covering the body with a layer of iron rock, increasing defense by 3 points for 10 seconds, cooldown for 60 seconds, description. The defense is very strong. It is recommended that novice players do not be stubborn, otherwise they will bear the consequences. After reading it, Zhou Han finally found out, why are so many players dead. These wild monsters are indeed very strong. With a 23-point attack power, you only need to attack 5 times to easily defeat a player. After all, novice players have no defense and only have 100 health points. No wonder Yi Chen, who is so arrogant, was also instantly killed by level 1 wild monsters. Relying solely on the initial weapons issued by the system, a total of 15 attack points, 0 defense, and 100 health. This kind of combat power is purely killing wild monsters. Iron Rock Chicken has 300 health points. If the effect of tetanus is triggered, it only takes 3 seconds to kill it. Zhou Han thought to himself. However, the chance of triggering tetanus is only 50%, if you click on the back button and it doesn't trigger, then it's over. Zhou Han still has some concerns in his heart. Just hit 3 times, and after that, if the tetanus effect is not triggered, I must run away. Because Iron Rock Chicken only needs 5 attacks to defeat Zhou Han. Don't be nervous, that's a lie. Who? Having made a decision and planned an escape route, Zhou Han took a deep breath, directly launched a surprise attack on the self-intoxicated Iron Rock Chicken. Bang! The iron sword directly pierced the body of the Iron Rock Chicken, sending a huge resistance. Its defense is indeed very strong. 20, the red damage value floats out on the coxcomb. With only 20 damage points, even after strengthening, if you rely solely on leveling A, you will have to strike 30 times. For such a long time, the wild monster has already dealt you seconds. I'm not lucky. There was no special effect for tetanus. It seems that Iron Rock Chicken is a bit confused. In fact, it had already noticed Zhou Han, but when it saw that he was a newcomer and still a person, he was too weak and ignored him. It didn't expect that Zhou Han, alone, would dare to provoke it. Come again. Zhou Han took this opportunity and stabbed again with a sword, but still did not trigger the special effect. Oh. Iron Rock Chicken was furious and its sharp mouth pecked directly at Zhou Han's body. 23, a painful sensation came, and a huge difference in strength made Zhou Han stumble back a few steps. Taking advantage of the victory, the Iron Rock Chicken spread its wings and rushed towards Zhou Han. 23, Zhou Han was taken aback and had already lost 46 health points. He raised his iron sword and swung it over. If this blow hasn't been triggered yet, he must escape. System prompt. You have successfully triggered the special effect, tetanus. Iron Rock Chicken is currently in a tetanus state, losing 100 health points per second for 10 seconds. Okay. It's done. The system prompt came like a heavenly sound, and Zhou Han's face was overjoyed. Put away the iron sword and quickly distance yourself from the Iron Rock Chicken. Now it only takes 3 seconds, and the Iron Rock Chicken will undoubtedly die. Zhou Han will definitely not continue to fight it foolishly. 100. 100. 100, bang. 3 seconds later, the massive body of Iron Rock Chicken fell to the ground with a loud bang. Zhou Han wiped the sweat off his forehead and a smile appeared on his face. Congratulations, you killed level 1 Iron Rock Chicken and obtained 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. After seeing the powerful player taking you and accumulating experience points on the panel, Zhou Han was very happy. This first battle was a thrilling victory. He picked up 5 copper coins from the ground. The currency of the Divine and Demon continent is divided into copper coins, silver coins, and gold coins. 1 gold coin is equivalent to 100 silver coins and 10,000 copper coins. That is to say, if you want to obtain a gold coin for accommodation expenses, then we need to kill 2,000 level 1 wild monsters within 3 days. Of course, as the level and grade of killing wild monsters increase, the benefits obtained will naturally increase correspondingly. Is this equipment being exposed? When Zhou Han was packing up the copper coins, he found a black piece of clothing next to the body of Iron Rock Chicken, which was exposed. He was suddenly a little excited and arrived at Iron Rock Chicken. Just as it was about to be picked up. Congratulations, you have obtained the equipment, Cotton Robe. Do you want to identify the attributes of this equipment? Yes. Zhou Han quickly nodded and agreed. Unexpectedly, killing the first ferocious beast would reveal equipment, and luck is not bad. After using identification techniques, all relevant attributes are presented on the virtual panel. Cotton Robe, Grade. Regular, Category. Armor Equipment, Attribute. Defense +2, Description. Black fabric, looks a bit cold when worn, and it's quite warm, but its defense is average. After seeing the effect, Zhou Han took off his school uniform. I changed my robe and was dressed in black, with a decent appearance. Finally, my defense is no longer 0. End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Healing Special Effect, Powerful Defense. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4 Healing Special Effect, Powerful Defense, System Prompt. Your current enhancement point has been detected as 1. Do you want to enhance the cotton robe? After just putting it on, the system prompts for reinforcement. Oh. Do we only need 1 enhancement point? Zhou Han was both surprised and delighted. If that's really the case, that would be absolutely amazing. The number of enhancement points required for strengthening items is determined by their quality and rarity. The implication is that this robe is too garbage. However, Zhou Han doesn't mind it. It's good to have equipment to wear now. Just strengthen it directly. You have activated your talent Infinite Enhancement, consuming 1 enhancement point. The regular level equipment, Cotton Robe, has been successfully enhanced once, and new attributes have been updated. Please check. A white light flashed by, and new attributes slowly emerged, leaping onto the paper. Cotton Robe +1, Grade. Regular, Category. Armor Equipment, Attribute. Defense +26, Special Effect. Primary Health Regeneration Effect. After wearing this equipment, you will recover 20 health points per second. The maximum health cannot be exceeded. Description. It has an automatic regeneration effect, so my mother no longer has to worry about my remaining health. Woohoo! This has a strong effect. After reading it, Zhou Han was overjoyed. The defense has been directly increased by 26 points, and then an additional special effect for primary health regeneration was added. This is the prelude to the takeoff from Woohoo. Without further ado, Zhou Han just put on his clothes. System prompt. It has been detected that you are not currently in a full health state. The primary health regeneration effect has been triggered. +20, +20, soon, just now, after fighting against the Iron Rock Chicken, the lost health was instantly replenished. Cool. SSS talent is like a bull's eye. Zhou Han exclaimed excitedly in his heart. With Cotton Robe +1 in place, if Zhou Han encounters Iron Rock Chicken now, he can directly confront the other party. Even if tetanus is not triggered, it can still be killed. Powerful defense, combined with the special effect of healing. Now that's a level 1 wild monster, it's not just a casual fight. Zhou Han felt a moment of relief in his heart, and without any delay, he began to search for the traces of level 1 wild monsters. As a beginner map, level 1 wild monsters are naturally abundant in Misty Forest, but most of them appear in groups. With a quantity of 10 or more, the killing power is very strong, and Zhou Han will not actively provoke it now. After all, you not only have to fight against wild monsters, but also be wary of player ambushes, so, if that kind of protracted war can be avoided, try to avoid it as much as possible. Zhou Han continued his search in the forest. Whoosh! A roar came, just passed by a big tree when a black shadow attacked. Zhou Han felt his claws swipe across his back, causing a burning pain. Zhou Han quickly turned around, seeking death. Seeing the black shadow still attacking, he quickly drew his iron sword and slashed it directly. Bang! The black shadow was directly hit and looked at Zhou Han with some fear. I didn't expect the sharp claws to only cause so much damage to the person in front of me, which is somewhat unscientific. Meanwhile, Zhou Han also initiated an appraisal and saw the attributes of the black shadow. Shadow Squirrel, Grade. Regular, Level. Level 1, Life. 290, Attack. 35, Defense. 6, Skill. Shadow Claw, increases attack power in a short period of time and launches a fatal attack on the enemy. Description. Skilled at hiding and launching raids in the shadows, it is a nightmare for novice players. Surprisingly, there was a 35-point attack. If Zhou Han hadn't revealed his cotton robe, he might have finished his calf by now. Animal. Surprisingly killed so many people. I see that there are several player corpses on the ground, all of which were ambushed and killed by the shadow squirrel in this way. Whoosh! Just as Zhou Han was checking, the shadow squirrel rushed over again, just in time. Die. Zhou Han also rushed forward and slashed fiercely, mainly because he didn't have any skills now and could only level like this. After attacking 4 times, the effect of tetanus was successfully triggered. Ha! Do you want to escape? Seeing the shadow squirrel fleeing towards the distance, Zhou Han sneered coldly. These wild monsters have a high level of intelligence, and even though they can't be defeated, they don't have to bear it hard. Fortunately, he was hit by tetanus, otherwise he would have really escaped. 2 seconds later, the shadow squirrel fell from the tree. System prompt. You have successfully killed the level 1 wild monster, Shadow Squirrel, and obtained 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. However, no equipment was revealed this time. Zhou Han didn't care either, he couldn't be so lucky every time. System, can I perform a second enhancement? Zhou Han asked after obtaining the enhancement point. Sorry, the second enhancement requires 10 enhancement points. We have detected that your enhancement points are not enough. Please work hard to earn enhancement points and come back to strengthen. Do you want 10 o'clock? That's great. Kill 9 level 1 wild monsters again and you'll achieve it. Zhou Han was full of enthusiasm in his heart, as he was still looking forward to strengthening twice. After tidying up the copper coins, Zhou Han started hunting again. System prompt. You have successfully killed the level 1 wild monster, Iron Rock Chicken, and obtained 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. System prompt. You have successfully killed the level 1 wild monster, Big Black Dog, and obtained 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. System prompt. You have successfully killed the level 1 wild monster, Poison Stinger Worm, gaining 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. System prompt. You have successfully killed the level 1 wild monster, Water Arrow Frog, gaining 1 enhancement point, 1 experience point, and 5 copper coins. With the special effect of primary healing, Zhou Han has many opportunities to try and make mistakes. I have also honed my body movements and combat skills a lot, so, when it comes to fighting, the efficiency is higher than before. Tips for killing wild monsters keep coming in. Now I have 9 enhancement points on main. We're almost ready for the second round of reinforcement. Zhou Han scanned the panel and happily muttered to himself. Carefully searching in the jungle, Zhou Han heard a commotion and a mournful cry coming from not far away. Opening it up, Zhou Han suddenly felt happy. Ha! So there are 2 cats chirping in spring. Just about strengthening, it's just you guys. Zhou Han was about to sneak over, but soon they detected him. Meow. Show your face. Being disturbed, the 2 black cats were extremely angry, grinning their teeth and showing a strong fierce light in their eyes, intending to tear Zhou Han apart. Their bodies are huge, similar to ordinary wolves, now covered in hair. Staring closely at Zhou Han, their cautious personality prevented them from taking the lead, but rather constantly probing. End of this chapter. Chapter 5. The Attack of the Flame Wolf Pack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. The Attack of the Flame Wolf Pack. So at the same time, Zhou Han also launched an appraisal on them. Wind Speed Cat, Grade. Regular, Level. Level 1, Life. 300, Attack. 40, Defense. 10, Skill. Bloodthirsty Bite, use extreme speed to crazily bite enemies. Description. Skilled for speed, it is a very powerful presence among level 1 wild monsters, with wind-like speed, very difficult to deal with. Zhou Han's eyes were fixed, he was actually good at speed, which was not so easy to deal with. It's not that Zhou Han is afraid of their attack, but they are afraid that they will take advantage of their speed and escape, which would be completely useless. Sell a loophole first and lure them to the bait. Thinking of this, Zhou Han came up with a plan and deliberately revealed his back, pretending to be panicked and slowly retreating. Meow. Sure enough, the 2 wind speed cats saw the situation and seized the opportunity to fly fiercely towards Zhou Han. In the nearby jungle, there is a small team of 4 people cautiously searching for a solitary wild monster. Sister, I heard fighting ahead. Han Xiangning's talent is hearing enhancement, and her face was a bit solemn as she said, because the fight was very intense, it was not something they could provoke. Well, I have seen that a player is being chased by 2 wind cats. Oh no, he's running towards us. Han Qinshue's face changed and she said nervously. Her talent is visual enhancement, and it is precisely because of their respective talents that I was able to avoid many dangers and avoid any injuries in the team. She had also seen a scene of this wind speed cat from a distance. A wind speed cat, with its extremely fast speed, annihilated a team, because I knew the horror of this wild monster, that's why I acted so panicked. What? The wind cat is being led over. Damn it. Kai Lang, a male member of the team, had a gloomy expression and looked very ugly. If caught by the wind cat, their speed cannot escape, and they are still too. Let's run away quickly. It's too late. I'm afraid the situation is not optimistic, said another member of the team, looking a bit scared. Speaking late, then fast, waiting for the four of them to take action, two wind speed cats, like fast winds, chased after Zhou Han and fiercely attacked him. Right now. Zhou Han smiled indifferently, turned his head, raised his iron sword, and slashed the wind cat fiercely. Wind speed cats are the time to relax their vigilance. In their eyes, Zhou Han's actions now are nothing but a desperate struggle, so, the two wind speed cats rushed directly to Zhou Han's close range, bite fiercely with sharp claws and teeth. This approach hit Zhou Han's heart. He was afraid that the wind cat would escape, which was why he wasted so much time. Sure enough, as long as you're close, everything is easy to say. Under Zhou Han's fierce chopping, the effect of tetanus is also triggered consecutively. When the wind speed cat reacted, there was nothing to do and it bled to death. The four of them just escaped a distance. The movement behind him had come to a sudden halt. This is too powerful. He actually killed two wind speed cats alone. How could this be possible? Han Xiangning's beautiful eyes trembled and she exclaimed in surprise. This was the first time she had seen such a fierce player. Along the way, the other players I encountered were all in the form of four-person teams, and they were all very careful, and Zhou Han in front of him surprisingly killed all the wind speed cats with one enemy and two enemies. It's unbelievable. How strong. But his figure is a bit familiar. Han Qinshuo also sighed, because Zhou Han was fighting with his back to them, so he couldn't see his appearance clearly. I know now, look at his equipment. I guess it's lucky that this equipment has strong defense capabilities, which is why it can withstand the attack of the wind cat. Kai Lang said somewhat displeased, feeling a wave of jealousy when he saw the admiring gaze of the two beautiful women. There was a faint hint of greed in his eyes. If he could obtain such equipment, he would definitely be so powerful, so, my mind naturally became lively. Oh. It's actually him. Zhou Han turned his head, and Han Qinshuo finally saw his appearance clearly, somewhat surprised. How can this man who refuses himself be so powerful? No wonder they don't team up with people. Sister, that's him you're talking about. His name is Zhou Han, he's my classmate from the next class. Han Xiangning also saw it and blushed slightly as she spoke, feeling a little nervous. So coincidental. It's actually a classmate. Hurry up and say hello. Han Qinshuo quickly urged, looking at her sister's expression, probably showing some interest in Zhou Han. This. Isn't it good? Han Xiangning said wryly, her face turning even redder. Hurry up. We are all acquaintances, and even in a different world, we can have some support. Han Qinshuo continued. Zhou Han has strong strength this week, and if he can lead them, he will definitely develop quickly in the early stage. After the battle, Zhou Han will collect all the copper coins that have exploded. Now there are 11 enhancement points, you can go for a second enhancement. Zhou Han happily muttered to himself. Ow. Ow. Just as I was about to strengthen, I heard the constant howling of wolves. Immediately after, the earth trembled violently. Is this a pack of wolves? Zhou Han's expression also changed. Dealing with 2 or 3 level 1 monsters was not a problem, but if it's dealing with a group, it's hard to say. Directly ahead, a fiery red wild wolf suddenly appeared, the size of a water buffalo. In his fierce eyes, he stared at the 4 people in front of him, revealing a bloodthirsty light. Oh my goodness, this is a pack of fiery wolves, the size of a water buffalo. They will spit flames, and many players will die in their hands. It must be that there was too much commotion in the battle just now, and they caught it. Oh my goodness. There are actually more than 10 of them, it's really killing me. There is a steep mountain ahead, and we can climb up there to avoid the wolf pack's attack. The howling of wolves echoed behind them one after another. Han Qinxue and her team quickly reached an agreement and ran towards the location of the mountain rocks. The rock wall is over 10 meters high, just enough to defend against wolf pack attacks. Zhou Han's goal is also there. Without hesitation, his current strength is not enough to be tough against more than a dozen flame wolves. Did he come over too? Good opportunity. Kai Lang saw Zhou Han, who was climbing the rocks diagonally below him, with a hint of malice in his eyes. He was just a little drooling over the equipment on Zhou Han's body, worrying about not having a chance. Now that the opportunity has come to his door, how can he let it go? Zhou Han's distance was a bit further than theirs, so he fell behind. Suddenly, he felt a tremendous force and kicked himself in the hand. The painful feeling made Zhou Han instinctively release his hand and drop it directly. Seeing the flames of the wolf pack approaching, Kai Lang flashed a faint smirk. Now, it's absolutely impossible to die anymore. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. Second Enhancement, Chasing the Flame Wolf. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6 Second Enhancement, Chasing the Flame Wolf. What happened? Something fell down. Upon hearing a loud bang, Han Qinxue quickly asked. I think I saw that the person behind me slipped and fell down. Oh. I was planning to give him a hand, but it's too late. Kai Lang pretended and said with a very sincere tone. What? You said Zhou Han fell down. Han Xiangning, who had just climbed to the top, quickly looked down. Sure enough, there was no figure of Zhou Han on the rock wall. Through the dense leaves, one could vaguely see Zhou Han lying on the ground. I don't know the specific situation. Zhou Han. Zhou Han, come up quickly. Han Xiangning shouted loudly, but Zhou Han seemed to have no response. No, I have to go down and save him. You're crazy. The flame wolf pack has already arrived, aren't you going to die like this? Han Qinxue quickly stopped her movements and spoke loudly. Zhou Han. Han Xiangning closed her eyes in despair, hating herself for being shy just now and not saying hello to Zhou Han. Goodbye, it's all over the place. It's not without a chance. Perhaps there's a glimmer of hope for Zhou Han's newly demonstrated strength. Han Qinxue said these words, actually not even believing herself, just to comfort her sister. Really? Really? Han Xiangning stared into Han Qinxue's eyes, wanting to determine this possibility. Looking at her sister's hopeful gaze, Han Qinxue turned her head and couldn't bear to tell the truth. She nodded lightly. At this moment, Kai Lang's heart burst into a sneer, still creating miracles. It is estimated that in just a few minutes, Zhou Han will have no bones left and no place to bury himself. At that time, the defensive equipment will become his bag, so I'm really going to take off. These two sisters, hey Kai Lang's heart was filled with passion. Hiss. It hurts so much. After all, Zhou Han is still at level 1, and his body is just an ordinary person. Falling from a height of 5 or 6 meters still hurts a bit. At the moment of falling, the health was reduced by 80 points. It almost ended in a grand finale. System prompt. Your health has been detected to be below 100%, and the basic health regeneration effect has been automatically triggered. Activate the health regeneration effect, it will be fully restored in a few seconds. But now is not the time to consider the pain. Zhou Han took a closer look. Good guy, a dozen or so flame wolves have already gathered around. if we don't find a way, we really need to finish the calf. Flame Wolf, Grade. Regular, Level. Level 1, Life. 330, Attack. 45, Defense. 20, Skill. Spitfire Technique, spray a ball of fire, deals 60 damage to all enemy units within a 1.meter radius, cooldown for 30 seconds. Description. A group-dwelling ferocious beast, be careful of the opponent's group attack. If more than 10 flame wolves attack at the same time, their attack power will be over 500, even if Zhou Han had 26 points of defense, he was instantly killed. By the way, Enhancement. Second Enhancement. Zhou Han's heart was also a bit uneasy, this was his last hope, hoping that his SSS level talent would not disappoint. Reinforced Cotton Robe. System Prompt. You have sent a talent with unlimited enhancement, consuming 10 enhancement points. The ordinary level equipment Cotton Robe +1 has been successfully strengthened, and new attributes have been automatically updated on the panel. Please check. Even if Zhou Han were to check now, it was too late. The flame wolf has already bitten onto his arm. 0. 0. 0. How dare I not lose blood? Zhou Han's face lit up with joy. So, the strengthened defense has become stronger. I was originally worried, but now I feel relieved. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Zhou Han also quickly glanced at the new attribute effects. Cotton Robe +2, Grade. Regular, Category. Armor Equipment, Attribute. Defense +50, Health +200, Special Effect 1. Intermediate Health Regeneration Effect. After wearing this equipment, you will recover 200 health points per second. The maximum health cannot be exceeded, Special Effect 2. Primary Dodge Effect. After wearing this equipment, you have a 10% chance to dodge regular attacks. Description. Originally a regular level equipment, now it is a powerful shelter. I'll go, this is amazing. Defense is 50 points, health is 200, what a strong defense. Zhou Han was very surprised when he saw the attribute, this intensity has completely deviated from the category of ordinary quality. What's even more surprising is still ahead, as Zhou Han watched line by line, it's simply an exaggeration to find that two special effects actually appeared. An intermediate health regeneration effect that restores 200 health points per second, a basic dodge effect that has a chance to dodge regular attacks, the defense effect is becoming increasingly powerful. And the 45-point attack power of the Flame Wolf cannot break through the defense, so Zhou Han is intact without any pressure. Woohoo! Cool! Zhou Han roared angrily, feeling very happy in his heart. The effect of strengthening twice is too special and awesome. It's not too awesome. The Flame Wolf still refused to give up and continued to bite, but still had no eggs left. A hint of doubt flashed in the eyes of several Flame Wolves, if they can speak, they will definitely say, is this Nima really a beginner? He's just a freak. Seemingly unwilling, the Flame Wolf directly used the skill, Spitfire technique, then several blazing flames attacked. 10. It only caused minor damage. Except for emitting some thick smoke, it has little effect. These wolves were immediately dumbfounded like huskies. This is too unscientific. A bunch of animals, I'm going to skin you today. At first, Zhou Han was a bit scared, but after the second enhancement, the attributes of the robe were greatly enhanced. I am completely not afraid of these flame wolves. Even if there are 100 more, I won't hurt Zhou Hongxi at all. Even with their skills, these flame wolves can only deal 10 damage, it has the effect of restoring 200 health per second, which is not a big deal. When Zhou Han mentioned the iron sword, it was a fierce slash without any technique. Anyway, the more times he slashed, the higher the probability of triggering special effects. You triggered the tetanus effect, you have triggered the basic dodge effect soon, under Zhou Han's fierce attack, more and more flame wolves fell into a state of tetanus. Every few seconds, one will fall down, and the rest will be killed with fear. Zhou Han is like a crazy warrior, invincible and fearless. These flame wolves may not have high intelligence, but they are not foolish either. Knowing that Zhou Han was not easy to deal with, all the brothers around him collapsed, and continuing to waste was of no use. Without hesitation, he ran with his tail between his legs. I wipe it, I still want to run. You are all my reinforcement points. Suddenly, the scene reversed, and Zhou Han chased behind with his sword in hand. The flame wolf fled in a panic ahead. A team of players were nearby brushing monsters and happened to see this scene. All of them were somewhat stunned. What exactly is this situation? Rubbing my eyes, I realized it wasn't an illusion. How could there be such a talented person in our area chasing and killing the flame wolf? This person is even more ferocious than a beast. So one of the team members opened the chat area and sent a message. Old ties, I just saw a man carrying an iron sword chasing a group of fire wolves. Brother, you can eat randomly, but you can't talk nonsense. You're just bragging too much. Why are you talking about cross.talk? The four of us can't even handle a flame wolf. Who could be so awesome? I really saw it, my teammates can testify. I'm telling you, I'm Chen Beixian, AB.level talent. Even I dare not challenge the flame wolf alone, let alone anyone else. Let's all disperse, don't listen to this kid's boasting. I don't believe anyone in the chat area, thinking that this person is just trying to attract attention and attract attention. At this moment, the person was a bit confused. Looking around, Zhou Han's figure had disappeared. Is it really an illusion? I don't know how long I've been chasing, but despite the high-intensity running, Zhou Han couldn't bear it anymore. He gasped for breath and had to stop to rest. These huskies run really fast. Out of a total of 15 flame wolves, 11 were killed, and the remaining 4 were unable to catch up, allowing them to escape. Zhou Han rested for a while and began counting the harvest. I was disappointed to find that none of the 11 flame wolf furs were available, and the equipment's explosive rate was too low. The explosion rate of ordinary level equipment is so low, isn't it even lower for bronze level equipment? Copper coins have increased significantly, and if equipment cannot be produced, you can also purchase them from blacksmiths in the city, but the prices are not cheap. It seems that I still need to earn coins. I'm too poor now. Moreover, running back and forth would take a lot of time, so Zhou Han decided to brush it himself first. When it got dark and still couldn't explode, I tried to buy. However, before brushing monsters, Zhou Han has something to deal with. Mada, dare to plan on me. Today I will shatter your body into countless pieces. A gentleman seeks revenge not overnight. He and Kai Lang can be said to have no grievances or grudges. Being ambushed like this, Zhou Han's eyes were filled with murderous intent. At the same time, I also know the cruelty of this world. Unlike Blue Star, it can be said here that there are no constraints anymore. Compared to wild monsters, these players are the biggest threat. Apart from the prohibition of fighting in the safety zone, in the battle zone outside the city, any danger can occur. If one is kind and soft-hearted, they may be punished by others. After understanding this point, Zhou Han walked towards the previous direction with a murderous aura. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. Kill Kai Lang and upgrade to level 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Kill Kai Lang and upgrade to level 2 on the way. I also encountered many wild monsters, but Zhou Han has a strong defense, so there's no need to be as cautious as before. Encountering a group of wild monsters, there is no need to avoid them, go straight up, it's just a fierce fight. System prompt. Your enhancement points are already sufficient. Do you want to perform a second enhancement on Rusty Iron Sword? Strengthening. Zhou Han nodded. You have activated your talent infinite enhancement. consuming 10 enhancement points. The ordinary level weapon Rusty Iron Sword Plus. Has been successfully strengthened, and new attributes have been updated on the panel. Please check. Great. It seems that the enhancement rate is 100%. Zhou Han felt it was a hidden effect, as he has strengthened 4 times so far, all of which have been successful without any failure. A white light drifted over the iron sword, and attribute data slowly appeared on the virtual panel. Zhou Han focused his attention and looked around. Iron Sword Plus 2, Grade. Regular, Category. Long Sword Weapons, Attribute. Attack plus 90, Special Effect 1. Severe Tetanus. If the target receives your regular attack, they will inevitably be infected with tetanus. In a severe tetanus state, the target loses 120 health points per second for 10 seconds. Special Effect 2. Sword Chi. After every 3 normal attacks, the next normal attack will inevitably trigger a Sword Chi, causing, attack power *3, damage to all enemy units within a 3-meter range. Description. The rusty iron sword has become sharper and contains hidden secrets, making it look more complicated. Strong, too strong. Zhou Han laughed heartily, and after 2 rounds of strengthening, the effect was even more pleasing. With the addition of basic attack power, Zhou Han's total attack power has now reached 100 points. The special effects have also become more powerful. The tetanus effect of Special Effect 1 has increased from a 50% chance to a 100% trigger. This also means that Zhou Han can hit a normal attack with 100 points and the opponent will also lose 120 points of health. Output Capability, Instant Takeoff. The sword energy of Special Effect 2 is also very good, which can cause range damage, facilitate monster spawning, and improve efficiency. According to Zhou Han's current attack power, it can deal 300 points of range damage. If you encounter such a situation of being surrounded in the future, it will be easier to solve. Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz. In a cluster of flowers, more than 10 large hornets emerged and launched a fierce attack on Zhou Han. Thank you very much, delivery to your door. Zhou Han smiled slightly, picked up his rusty sword, and rushed towards him without any fear. This place, he knew before, has always been a detour, but now, these big needle bees don't put any pressure on Zhou Han. You have successfully triggered the Sword Chi special effect, which will cause range damage accompanied by the system's prompt. Sword energy spurted out. Although these large hornets flew in the sky, most of them were still affected and instantly killed, the rest of them scared away when they saw this situation. Due to chasing the flame wolf, the distance they ran was a bit far. After washing the wild monsters along the way with blood, Zhou Han finally arrived at the location of the previous rock wall. Zhou Han. Where's Zhou Hanren? Han Xiangning exclaimed anxiously. Don't worry. There are many bodies of flame wolves on the ground. What exactly happened? Han Qingxue quickly reminded. Did he really defeat the flame wolf pack? Han Xiangning's eyes showed a hint of hope. Although she knew it was difficult, she hoped Zhou Han could live. Ha! Defeat the flame wolf pack. I guess I must have died so much that I can't die anymore. Kai Lang sneered in his heart, disapproving. He came down from the rock wall to pick up Zhou Han's equipment. However, just as he was about to search, out of the corner of his eyes, he saw a figure. You're dead, aren't you? Kai Lang was so scared that his souls were all gone and he fell to the ground, feeling extremely panicked in his heart. Finally, it's you. Zhou Han had a cold smile on his face. Listen to my explanation. I accidentally stepped on you. I apologize to you. I didn't mean it. Kai Lang's mouth trembled as he quickly pleaded. Ha! Apologize. You're really childish. Why do you think children are going through the motions? Today is your deadline. Zhou Han held his iron sword and slowly approached Kai Lang, his eyes filled with endless killing intent. You, don't come over. I was wrong, please forgive me once. Zhou Han didn't speak and walked closer step by step. The cold gaze made Kai Lang tremble incessantly. Okay, since you want to kill me, I'll fight with you. Kai Lang showed a fierce expression and raised his iron knife to chop towards Zhou Han. 0. What is the situation? Can't break through his defense. Zhou Han in front of him was like a towering mountain, standing still. Immediately, Kai Lang's face was filled with despair and regret. If I had known this, why would I have provoked Zhou Han? Have you fought enough? If you have, you can go to hell. Zhou Han's voice came coldly, devoid of any emotion. As the words fell, the iron sword struck. Before Kai Lang could say anything, he fell to the ground with a loud bang. After convulsing a few times on the ground, there was no sound. The feeling of killing someone is different from that of killing a ferocious beast. Despite Zhou Han's carefree demeanor, he is actually quite nervous. After all, he is only an 18-year-old boy. This is also something I need to gradually adapt to. Respect the strong in the divine and demon continent, and strive for the survival of the fittest. To become a strong person, one must have a strong heart. Ah! This! The sisters screamed and held each other together in a panic. They were obviously frightened by such a scene. At the same time, it was also impressed by Zhou Han's strength. With one sword, Kai Lang's attack power cannot exceed 100 seconds. What a terrible thing this is. Zhou Han, what a coincidence. I can still touch you in the land of gods and demons. Han Xiangning asked, seeing Zhou Han still alive. She is undoubtedly the happiest. I was planning to say hello before, but there was a fire wolf pack attacking, so I didn't have that opportunity either. It's quite a coincidence. Zhou Han smiled and said, after all, not everyone has entered the land of gods and demons, they are all randomly selected. Han Xiangning is the school belle of their school, with a very strong family background. She is well established and beautiful, with fair skin and long legs. The two of them had some intersections at school before, and their relationship was good, so they can be considered acquaintances. Is there anything else? If not, I'll have to hurry up and clean up the monsters. Zhou Han had no intention of reminiscing, so obtaining enhancement points was the key. After all, SSS talent. Infinite enhancement is the fundamental strength of him. Ah, are you leaving so soon? Han Xiangning was still ready to speak up. Zhou Han. I am Xiangning's sister. My name is Han Qinxue. It's like this, we hope to form a team with you. Look, can you think about it? Han Qinxue saw that Zhou Han was leaving and quickly said. After all, Zhou Han's strength is so strong that with his protection, their sisters will be much safer. You should know that in this world, not only are there attacks from wild monsters, moreover, there are many male players who are very coveted by them. After all, they are all top-notch beauties that few men can control. Well. I'm still browsing alone, I feel more at ease. Zhou Han smiled and politely declined. After all, the two beauties, although pleasing to the eye, seem to have little effect. It's no different from being a burden, it will affect his monster brushing speed. Zhou Han. Please, lead us. Han Xiangning begged pitifully with a hopeful look in her eyes. Yes. One of our sister's talents is listening enhancement, the other is vision enhancement. It can definitely be used and helpful to you. After all, you have limited energy alone. We can help you analyze where there are many wild monsters and where there is danger. There are also some undiscovered natural resources and treasures that we can help you find. Han Qinxue listed many benefits at once. Indeed, their talents are relatively weak in combat, but they can play a supportive role. Zhou Han was not swayed by their beauty, but felt that what they said made sense. System. How are experience points allocated when teaming up? So I asked in my mind. In team situations, experience points are allocated based on contributions. If a teammate's contribution is 0, they can still be assigned a guaranteed 1% team experience point. Upon hearing this, Zhou Han felt relieved. In this case, the loss of experience points would not be too severe. Now there are 2 beautiful women to assist, which is also very good. Zhou Han, it's too dangerous here. We can rest assured that we can't trust anyone else. Han Xiangning continued. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and find the monster. Zhou Han ordered. Zhou Han, did you agree to take us? Great. The sisters immediately cheered and were very happy. With such a strong backer, they felt much safer. As for, there is another teammate in the team, very tactfully, I automatically exited. Zhou Han is not familiar with him, so he definitely won't bring him along. After forming the team, Zhou Han took the 2 sisters and began to paint. Zhou Han, I heard a dog barking, there are quite a few wild monsters over there. Soon, the sisters played a role, and Han Xiangning used her talent to provide accurate information. Very good. After arriving at the location, Zhou Han did indeed see a group of ground-scale dogs. Without hesitation, he rushed over and manipulated fiercely like a tiger, quickly finishing up. Zhou Han was very satisfied with the result, and the sisters had some effect. After some cooperation, the few of them gradually developed a tacit understanding, and Zhou Han's brush was also very enjoyable. These level 1 ferocious beasts are not opponents at all. Even if they encounter a group of ferocious beasts, they cannot stop Zhou Han's footsteps. Zhou Han, are you too fierce? These ferocious beasts have no fighting power at all. Now the sisters have finally seen Zhou Han's strength. Just like a bulldozer, pushing horizontally all the way, Han Xiangning was very amazed, and her eyes showed a look of admiration. How about, have you fallen in love with me? Zhou Han chuckled. I. Han Xiangning's face immediately turned red, and she hesitated a bit shyly, unable to speak. In my impression, Zhou Han was very cold and aloof, but I didn't expect him to be so bad. However, Han Xiangning doesn't seem to be averse to this bad feeling. Cough. Han Qinxue coughed in a timely manner. Surprisingly, he flirted with his sister in front of him. As expected, good-looking boys are so bad. Zhou Han also realized that she had gone too far and was warned by her elder sister. He was very serious before, mainly because Han Xiangning was too beautiful and couldn't help but want to tease her. Putting aside his charming thoughts, Zhou Han looked at his experience bar. The current progress is 91% at level 1 and will be upgraded soon. It seems like we're looking for some higher level ferocious beasts. Level 1 ferocious beasts have too little experience and cannot produce anything good, and for Zhou Han, there is no challenge at all. Now his strength fully allows him to challenge even more powerful wild monsters. Zhou Han, according to the system's prompt, the deeper the misty forest, the higher the strength of the wild monsters. Well, then let's delve deeper. Quickly, as the 3 of them delved deeper, the wild monsters in the misty forest also grew stronger. Zhou Han, there is a cave ahead and the whereabouts of a level 2 ferocious beast have been discovered. Han Qinxue stood at a high point and activated her vision talent. After searching, she quickly reported. After hearing Han Qinxue's words, she suddenly came to her senses. Go directly to the designated direction. Finally, a dark cave was discovered ahead. There are several small snakes lazily sunbathing at the entrance of the cave. Green all over, it's not easy to mess with at first glance. Through identification techniques, Zhou Han quickly saw their attributes. Green-scaled snake, grade. Regular, level. Level 2, life. 310, attack. 43, defense. 29, skill. Snake venom, sprays venom, hits a single target, loses 30 health points per second for 5 seconds, cooldown for 40 seconds. Description. It is highly toxic, and it is recommended to prepare a healing potion. Indeed, level 2 wild monsters are much more powerful than level 1 attributes. But Zhou Han, who has the special effect of restoring blood, did not take this toxicity seriously. You guys step back. This kind of toxicity is not something you can deal with. Zhou Han immediately warned them to stay away from this place. After all, their health is still 100, and if they are poisoned, they will perish. Of course, the sisters know how powerful it is. Even if there is no hint from Zhou Han, it is far away. It is good to let Zhou Han finish the output work. They only need to give assistance. They are difficult to deal with level 1 ferocious beasts, let alone level 2 ones. After seeing them leave, Zhou Han quietly touched them. Facing one of the green-scaled snakes is a sword. There were 5 green-scaled snakes in front of him, and they immediately reacted and released their venom towards Zhou Han. 150, suddenly lost 150 health, but Zhou Han didn't panic. After 1 second, his health automatically returned to full. After the 4th general attack, a sword energy instantly flew out and exploded around. 300. 300, the green-scaled snake was beaten to pieces, with 2 remaining blood. Zhou Han seized the opportunity and directly harvested everything, taking it all away. System prompt. Congratulations, you have successfully killed the green-scale snake, gaining 2 enhancement points, 5 experience points, and 20 copper coins. The system prompts are continuously transmitted. Congratulations, you have successfully advanced to level 2 and obtained 20 enhancement points. Your new personal attributes have been updated, please check. Ha! Finally upgraded. Zhou Han was very happy in his heart. When preparing to view the upgraded properties, his eyes lit up. Good luck this time. Finally a piece of equipment was revealed. End of this chapter. Chapter 8. Snake Skin Boots, Bronze Level Wild Monsters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8 Snake Skin Boots, Bronze Level Wild Monsters. Zhou Han used his iron sword to open the body of the green-scaled snake. The equipment pressed underneath was exposed. It's a pair of shoes. After picking it up, the attribute data also appears on the virtual panel. Snake Skin Battle Boots, Grade. Regular, Attribute. Movement Speed +1, Description. Shoes made of snake skin, without any highlights. Strengthen twice, Zhou Han muttered directly, feeling that there were some strengthening points in his hand that were still sufficient. You have activated your talent Infinite Enhancement, and that the snake skin battle boots have been successfully enhanced twice. Please check your attributes. Snake Skin Shoes +2, Grade. Regular, Category. Boots Equipment, Attribute. Movement Speed +20, Health +100, Special Effect 1. There is a 10% chance to be immune to the slowing skill once, and after successfully immunizing for 1 hour, it will refresh multiple times. Special Effect 2. In combat mode, increase movement speed by 50%. Description. Ordinary shoes reveal extraordinary qualities and can achieve snake skin positioning. I'll go, with so much movement speed added, so we can't take off yet. Zhou Han suppressed his excitement and continued to watch. Special Effect 1 can be immune to deceleration state, but the probability is only 10%, it's too low, it can be ignored. Special Effect 2, this is quite good, increasing movement speed in combat mode. This is good. Who doesn't like fast movement speed? We can fully utilize the advantage of speed to strike the enemy. Even if you can't win, you can still run away. It can really be said that you are invincible. Zhou Han was about to take off his special step. I have replaced it with snake skin boots +2. I walked slowly for 2 steps, but surprisingly, my speed was similar to my usual slow jogging. Then he took a few steps and was somewhat shocked. This is even faster than the double speed bolt. Zhou Han felt a wave of relief in his heart. this is the true feeling of flying. After packing everything up, Zhou Han checked the upgraded attributes. Player, Zhou Han, Level 2, 0.1%, Occupation. Currently unavailable, can be transferred at level 10, Life. 150 plus 300, Attack. 20 plus 90, Defense. 3 plus 50, Talent. Infinite Enhancement, Weapon. Iron Sword plus 2, Equipment. Cotton Robe plus 2, Snake Skin Boots plus 2. After reaching level 2, there were not many attributes added as there was no job transfer. The maximum health has increased by 50 points compared to before, and the health added to equipment is 450 points. The basic attack power has also increased by 10 points, reaching 110 points. The defense has increased by 3 points, reaching 53 points. Plus the special effects of various equipment, level 2 has such combat power, it can be considered terrifying. There are still many wild monsters in this cave. After checking the properties, I was just about to leave. Zhou Han noticed that there were shadows shaking inside and found that this was the nest of the green-scaled snake. In addition to the 5 green-scaled snakes killed in the cave, there is also a large gathering inside the cave. He felt happy in his heart, these are all reinforcement points. Of course, he wouldn't just walk straight in like this, who knows how many monsters there are inside. If there is a large quantity, the other party will set fire and we cannot bear it ourselves. Sure enough, there were over 200 green-scaled snakes inside the cave, which made Zhou Han's scalp tingle. Fortunately, I didn't have the impulse, otherwise I might have been poisoned to death. Fortunately, in combat mode, there is a 30-point speed bonus. With a coquettish positioning, give it a meal inside. This is the huge advantage that speed brings. The green-scaled snake could only stick out its tongue on the side, bared its teeth and became anxious. They don't have the ability to slow down and cannot limit Zhou Han. There's nothing I can do, I can't even touch a single strand of his hair. Listening to the continuous prompts from the system, Zhou Han felt a surge in strength and a feeling of frustration between China and the United States. More than 200 green-scaled snakes were killed after several minutes of use. It's very disappointing that not a single piece of equipment was released, and the explosion rate is really low. Suddenly, in the darkness, a large snake with a bowl-wide mouth emerged and drew onto Zhou Han's body. A tremendous force struck, and Zhou Han suddenly felt a burning pain in his body. 142. 90, I'll wipe it. It's not about martial arts, it's about sneak attacks. And the high damage was beyond Zhou Han's expectations. I hit over 200 health points in one go, and none of the wild monsters I encountered before had this kind of output ability. Zhou Han suddenly saw the wild monster in front of him, which was somewhat similar to the green-scaled snake, but with an even more fierce momentum. Just now, this guy was hiding in the shadows, and Zhou Han didn't even notice its existence. I wanted to relax my guard and launch the strongest attack. Golden Scale Snake, Grade. Bronze Grade, Level 3, Life. 760, Attack. 200, Defense. 46, Skill. Poison, sprays poison, hits a single target, loses 90 health points per second for 7 seconds, cooldown for 30 seconds. Description. The leader of the green-scale snake, with strong toxicity. It is recommended to prepare a healing potion. Zhou Han looked at it and saw that it was of bronze grade, my goodness. Each attribute is much more powerful than the green-scale snake. Their health has reached 760 and their attack power is 200 points. Other players have encountered it, only being momentarily affected. However, for Zhou Han, it's still not enough to watch. At this time, Zhou Han is in a toxic state, but with the effect of restoring 200 health per second, it's not a big problem. Animal, launch a surprise attack, die. Zhou Han wielded his iron sword and started chopping indiscriminately. There was no way he could do it. Now he has no skills and can only rely on leveling A. The golden-scaled snake was also very surprised, and did not expect the human in front of him, who was only level 2, to be wearing ordinary equipment. I was hit by my own skill and surprisingly didn't do anything. But it had no chance anymore. Zhou Han triggered 2 sword energies, the fierce attack directly pierced through its body. He fell to the ground and twitched for a few seconds, completely dead. Regional announcement. Player Zhou Han successfully killed a bronze-level wild monster, completing his first kill, and receiving a reward of X10 gold coins and X1 bronze treasure chest. Who the hell is Zhou Han this time? He can actually kill bronze-level wild monsters. Oh my goodness, this is too picky. I really want to hug my thighs. What kind of talent is Zhou Han? We can't even defeat level 1 ordinary wild monsters, that's too exaggerated. Maybe it's lucky to encounter a bronze-level wild monster with residual blood. I also think so. I must have picked up a leak, a blind cat hitting a dead mouse. Oh, you guys should be sour. Why don't you have the luck to pick it up? As soon as the regional announcement was released, the chat area instantly exploded. Everyone is discussing who Zhou Han is and what his talent is. Some admire Zhou Han's strength, while others are lemon essence, believing that Zhou Han is picking up loopholes. But Zhou Han doesn't know these things, even if he does, he doesn't care. Respect the strong in the divine and demon continent, strength is the ultimate principle. As long as you are strong enough, what you say is the truth. Yangmi requests to add you as a friend. Dexiomi requests to add you as a friend. Chen Beixian requests to add you as a friend. The sound of system prompts keeps coming in my ears. Zhou Han was so scared that he quickly turned off the prompt sound, it was too noisy. I'm going, so many people are applying to add friends. It seems that triggering regional announcements has a significant impact. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. 3-leaf necklace, heart-protecting Lotus. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9 3-leaf necklace, heart-protecting Lotus. After all, Zhou Han was the first person to trigger the announcement, and many people wanted to add him as a friend with different purposes. Zhou Han casually clicked on a few application messages. Zhou Han, you are very good. You are qualified to become my friend Chen Beixian. Seeing that Zhou Han was speechless for a moment, this guy was too mediocre and directly refused. My little brother takes me on a flight, and my younger sister lives very well. She specializes in practicing yoga. This is a photo of my private room without a code. Zhou Han clicked on the pictures and took a look at them, all of which were unhealthy pictures of people without clothes and scratching their heads. Well, my figure is pretty good, but that's all. Zhou Han has 2 beautiful women by his side, how can these mediocre and vulgar fans get into his eyes? I immediately declined and clicked on the report, I'm not sure if it's useful. After reading a few more application messages, Zhou Han suddenly lost interest. It's just that they are all thighs hugging and inviting team members. Zhou Han asked the system to automatically reject all requests. Of course, there are also some sarcastic remarks that have been directly blacklisted. After handling everything, Zhou Han began to check the rewards distributed. 10 gold coins and a bronze treasure chest have already appeared in the system package. Understood through the auxiliary system. There are various treasure chests in the divine and demon continent that can be opened. These treasure chests also have a level division, similar to the level of wild monsters. They are all bronze, silver. That's it. Anything can be opened from the treasure chest, and the higher the quality of the treasure chest, the greater the probability of opening good items. Zhou Han suddenly felt a bit excited, not sure if he would be lucky enough to come up with a high-quality product. Can the bronze treasure chest be strengthened? Zhou Han asked suddenly with a whim. Of course it can be strengthened, but after strengthening, the effect will not change too much. It is recommended not to waste the enhancement points. Wait until the item is opened, then strengthen it. Zhou Han nodded and said, "Open the bronze treasure chest." System prompt. You have opened the bronze treasure chest. Congratulations, you have obtained the accessory. 3-leaf necklace. I've made some accessories, and I'm lucky, but I don't know what quality they are. If the explosion rate of equipment is low, then the explosion rate of accessories is 1% of that of equipment, even lower. Zhou Han couldn't wait to start checking the attributes. 3-leaf necklace, grade. Silver, attribute. Attack plus 20, special effect. Absorbs 300 damage points. Description. Made from clover, it has good guardianship ability. Bronze level treasure chest has silver level equipment, which can be said to be very awesome. Moreover, silver grade jewelry comes with a special effect without any enhancement. It not only increases attack power but also has defensive capabilities. It can be said that it is a very comprehensive attribute, this wave of blood earning. Strengthen twice. You have activated your talent, Infinite Enhancement, and successfully strengthened twice. Please check your attributes. High-grade equipment also requires an increase in the consumption of enhancement points. 3-leaf necklace plus 2, grade. Silver, attribute. Attack plus 100, special effect 1. Absorbs 2000 damage points. Special effect 2. Increases poison attribute resistance by 50%. Description. An excellent accessory with both offensive and defensive capabilities. After reading the description, a slight smile appeared on the corner of Zhou Han's mouth. The attack power has directly reached 100 points and can also absorb 2000 points of damage. The newly added special effect is poison resistance, which will make it easier to deal with poison monsters in the future. Zhou Han, are you too handsome to kill a bronze-level wild monster? Han Xiangning hurriedly ran over, with a joyful expression on her face, clearly hearing the announcement's prompt. I've always been handsome, you only found out today. I'm so happy, both my sister and I have been promoted to level 2. This is all thanks to Zhou Han, otherwise we wouldn't have upgraded so easily. Han Qinxue looked into Zhou Han's eyes, full of gratitude. She exclaimed in her heart that she was lucky enough to encounter such a powerful character as Zhou Han. Zhou Han's current experience has also reached a progress rate of 89% at level 2. I'm so happy, just follow Zhou Han. Han Xiangning's smiling eyes were like crescent moon, and the feeling of upgrading while lying down was too comfortable. Let's go, continue looking for wild monsters and strive to reach level 10 as soon as possible. The two women nodded and hurriedly followed in Zhou Han's footsteps, continuing towards the depths of the forest. After killing many wild monsters, Zhou Han's level also reached level 3. He discovered that he was killing monsters at a higher level, and the greater the level difference, the richer the experience he gained. Zhou Han, there's something good. I have discovered the natural resources and treasures. Han Qinxue said excitedly, with a very excited expression on her face, as can be seen from her majestic and constantly undulating mountain peaks. What? Unexpectedly discovered heavenly and earthly treasures. Qin Shui, you are really amazing. Zhou Han was also very happy. You should know that the effects of Tian Kai and Dibao are all pure natural and come with powerful attributes. If it can be taken, there will definitely be a powerful improvement in attributes. If you want to encounter it, you need luck, which can be encountered but not sought after. So, Zhou Han is so happy. Quickly, the three of them stopped near a pool of water. Following Han Qinshue's instructions, I really found spiritual fruits in the pool. When Zhou Han approached, he indeed smelled a natural aroma, which was refreshing and pleasant. There is something like a lotus seed that grows in the center of the water plant. If it weren't for Han Qinshue's good eyesight, she wouldn't have discovered it. This place is too secretive. So, it's really nice to have them as assistants. Zhou Han initiated the appraisal technique and soon saw the relevant introduction. Heart Protecting Lotus, Grade. Bronze Grade, Category. Spiritual Fruit Items, Effect. After taking it, your health increases by 100. Explanation. Each person can only take it once, and taking it multiple times cannot stack the effects. Sure enough, it's a good thing that can increase 100 health points. In this dangerous world, the higher the health value, the more reassuring the heart becomes. Zhou Han was about to pick the heart-protecting lotus when suddenly he shouted loudly. "What are you doing? Don't move, this is what we discovered first." Quickly, 4 people came from the side, each looking greedily at the heart-protecting lotus in the pool. Among their team, there is a talent related to smell. Just as I passed by, I smelled the strange fragrance here. Then he walked over with curiosity and saw the heart-protecting lotus in the pool. In an instant, I realized that this was a natural treasure, and my heart was filled with passion. Coincidentally, Zhou Han was also preparing to pick, which led to what is happening now. Did you discover it first? But before I came, I didn't see you around. Zhou Han frowned and said patiently. We have to figure out what happened, and he's not an unreasonable person. Kid, are you questioning us? The leader's voice was filled with coldness. Seeing Zhou Han alone, my heart was instantly filled with joy. There are 4 people on my side, and it's not easy to handle it. Be sensible, hand over the spiritual fruit quickly. Our patience is limited. Don't be so ignorant, this is not the earth. If you don't want to die, get out of here quickly. A few team members around me were already restless and looked at Zhou Han with obvious ill intentions. Hee, are you threatening me? Give you one last chance and disappear from my sight within 10 seconds before I change my focus. Zhou Han felt a bit amused and said lightly. Kid, you're quite talkative. The leader's eyes narrowed as he saw Zhou Han so calm. The other party appears confident and fearless, it made him start to feel a bit uneasy and uncertain. Is the other person really a fierce person? End of this chapter. Chapter 10. Han Xiaohua's Proactive Kiss Offering. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Han Xiaohua's Proactive Kiss Offering. Just as the leader hesitated, the remaining 3 teammates began to encourage him. Boss, just grab it. What are you talking to him about? He's just one person, can he beat the 4 of us, no matter how hard we compare? That's a spiritual fruit. After taking it, we'll take off directly and dominate the entire area. Dominating the entire region is thrilling to think about. Wealth and beauty will not all belong to oneself. When the leader heard this, his heart suddenly became hot and he no longer cared about so much. You 2 go up together, one on the left and one on the right, and just do him. He ordered directly and drew his long sword at the same time. The 2 team members hurriedly held weapons and looked at Zhou Han with cruel eyes. Zhou Han just shook his head, and sure enough, the other party chose to die. Son, die. It's just that you're too ignorant. This kind of spiritual fruit is not something you can have. 2 iron knives, cut directly at Zhou Han. Bang bang. The sound of 2 metal collisions rang out. Zhou Han used an iron sword and struck on both sides of their iron knives. Immediately, the 2 iron knives broke apart like rotten wood. Die. Fear appeared on both faces, and Zhou Han's iron sword struck again. One sword instantly killed one of them. The remaining person was just about to say something. Zhou Han had already wielded his sword and struck him, leaving him with no chance to speak. What? What exactly is this situation? The leader saw this situation and was immediately scared to pee. A quick kill with just one sword. How was this achieved? Has the opponent's attack power exceeded 100? What kind of monster is this? I was unlucky enough to provoke such a bad star. By the way, escape. He instantly realized from the shock that if he didn't run, he would also be instantly killed. Crawling and rushing towards the distance. And the other team member, I don't know if they were scared and their legs were weak, or if they didn't react. Standing in place trembling and hesitant to move, he was also instantly killed by Zhou Han's sword. Humph, can you escape? In front of Zhou Han's 30 o'clock movement speed, this person is completely in slow motion. Zhou Han effortlessly took a few steps and ran up to him in an instant. You. Why is your speed so fast? The leader looked up and saw Zhou Han in front of him, with a cold smile on his face. Immediately trembling with fear, he fell to the ground. I am blind. I was wrong. Let me go, please. This person is also decisive, bowing desperately on the ground. There's so much nonsense, die. Zhou Han had no mercy in his eyes, and a sword ended his life. Since the other party has a killing intent on themselves, he will definitely not be lenient. Such a person deserves to die, and it is estimated that he will not be a good person when he is on Earth. What a bunch of poor people, they only have one wrist guard all over their body. Zhou Han searched and originally thought he could get a few pieces of equipment. As a result, the leader wore a wrist guard, while the rest were whiteboards. After forcefully pulling it down, I checked the attributes. Regular level, only adds 2 points of defense, without any special features. Strengthen 3 times. Zhou Han now has hundreds of enhancement points on his body, and he wants to see the effect after 3 rounds of enhancement. The material of ordinary level equipment is too poor, and the maximum enhancement limit is 2 times. Please choose equipment with a quality of bronze or above can only strengthen twice. Zhou Han didn't expect such restrictions. It seems that in order to obtain higher quality equipment, ordinary level equipment is not enough now. After reselecting, you have activated your talent. Infinite Enhancement, which has been successfully enhanced. Please check your attributes. Coarse Iron Wrist +2, Grade. Regular, Category. Wrist Armor, Attribute. Defense +30, Health +100, Special Effect 1. When health is below 100%, it restores 200 health points per second. Special Effect 2. The damage taken is reduced by 10%. Description. Forged with coarse iron, with rough workmanship and average defense. Zhou Han took a look and found 2 special effects, 1 regeneration, 1 damage reduction, both are still acceptable. Wearing it immediately increases defense and health. Let Zhou Han feel that his body has become much stronger, a sense of abundant strength. After completing the processing, Zhou Han walked to the edge of the pool, picked the heart-protecting lotus. There are a total of 7 lotus seeds, and Zhou Han put the remaining 6 into a space package. Just as I was about to take it, I suddenly remembered that I didn't know if the spiritual fruit could strengthen it. Infinite reinforcement, but claimed to be able to strengthen all things. Strengthen the heart-protecting lotus. Zhou Han decided to give it a try. Sure enough, the group with strong SSS talents did not disappoint themselves. Zhou Han continued to strengthen twice, and then the attributes appeared on the panel, clearly visible. Heart Protecting Lotus +3, Grade. Bronze Grade, Category. Spirit Fruit Items, Effect. After taking it, Health +1500. Explanation. Each person can only take it once, and taking it multiple times cannot stack the effects. I wipe it, it's amazing. The increased health increased from 100 to 1500, which is a 15-fold increase. Smelling the tempting aroma, Zhou Han was almost drooling and swallowed it directly. You used the heart-protecting lotus and increased your health by 1500 points. A surging energy swam through Zhou Han's body. Let Zhou Han feel a burst of comfort, now he feels like he can single out level 10 wild monsters. After slowly adapting to this force, Zhou Han strengthened 2 of the heart-protecting Lotus twice. This is for the sisters. After all, Han Qingxue found it, otherwise, Zhou Han would miss out on such a good thing. So it's reasonable to give them both medication. Moreover, their strength has increased, and they will also feel more relaxed. Now there are very few enhancement points left for Zhou Han, and he can only enhance them twice. Although it has only been strengthened twice, it is not as exaggerated as increasing 1500 health points by strengthening 3 times, but it can still increase health by 800 points. This is also a very terrifying improvement. After handling it, Zhou Han arrived at their hidden location. Their current strength is too weak, and if they encounter wild monsters, it will be very dangerous. Hey, you two have come out to pick up the guests. Zhou Han came to the sisters' hiding place and shouted. After hearing the sound, the sisters came out, and their eyes went blank. Zhou Han, how are you doing? What have you gained? Han Qingxue was the first to ask. It is indeed a spiritual fruit, and the improvement effect after taking it is very obvious. What is it? Tell me quickly. Want to know, right? Open your mouth. Zhou Han said to Han Xiangning. After all, finding this heart-protecting lotus is all their credit, and it is only right for Zhou Han to reward them. Moreover, each person can only take 1 pill, and any excess cannot be taken by Zhou Han. What, it's so mysterious that it's not teasing me, is it? Although Han Xiangning was complaining, she obediently opened her cherry lips. There is a hint of blush on his face. Is he trying to feed me? Looking at her appearance at this moment, it was very tempting and associated with some kind of bad thing. But she shook her head and shook away the charm in her mind. Put a heart-protecting lotus +2 into Han Xiangning's mouth. Melting upon entry, soft, sticky, fragrant and sweet. Soon, Han Xiangning's expression changed from confusion to surprise, and finally to surprise. Ah! I actually increased my maximum health by 800. Han Xiangning's eyes flickered with joy and excitement. Thank you, Zhou Han, Mua. Zhou Han suddenly felt his cheek being kissed by a soft object. The speed was very fast, and Zhou Han had not yet reacted, so he immediately touched and parted. Zhou Han instinctively touched it and instantly understood. This is Han Xiaohua offering a kiss voluntarily. Not bad, there has been progress, and I will continue to tease you in the future. Strive for her to actively embrace and embrace. Zhou Han suddenly felt a sense of beauty in his heart. End of this chapter.